watch them candle all day.
Yeah, that's what we had to do. Wash them and candle them.
Okay. These are not washed and they are not candles.
That's okay.
But they're fertile.
I get mine from a guy up in.
But they're only like a week old, if that.
I usually get mine from a guy up in Clear Lake. But his chickens aren't laying right now.
Oh, my.
Good evening, everyone. We'll call this meeting to order at 7:01. And if we could all stand for the flag salute, please. And Mr. Paul Duncan, if you could please lead us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Are you ready to read the mission statement? Yep. Okay. Then we'll have our secretary, the Mass Secretary, Tara, read the mission statement.
The Middletown Area Town Hall was formed to operate as a true town hall, with everyone participating in voting. However, county officials required us to elect a board to conform with other advisory committees. Our bylaws specify that the assembly makes decisions based on the vote of everyone present. The board encourages all members to give their opinions and vote on every matter before the assembly.
Thank you. And then if this body does not object, and please add on if there's any other, but I would like to call a moment of silence in honor and memory of 9/11 and also of the passing of a dear friend of Middletown, Miss Gail Wright. I'm sorry. So is there anybody else or any other anything anybody would like to add to the moment of silence? Okay, we'll take a moment of silence. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so next on the agenda is the approval of the agenda, and just one minor change I would like to make to that is to add on the approval on item number 4. We actually have two sets of meeting minutes to approve, both the July and the August meeting minutes. So if I could ask for an approval of the agenda with that amendment or addition to the agenda?
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Bill, second. Mr. Fletcher Thornton moved. And all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, we'll move on to public input, where anyone may speak for 3 minutes on a topic not on the agenda. Oh, yes, the mic has to be turned on.
Thank you. I want to take this opportunity to read a letter that was written on behalf of Middletown Town Hall to Harvester's Market as authorized at the last meeting. Attention, Mr. Ross Harvester. Sir, the Middletown Area Town Hall has authorized me to write this letter to thank you, your family, and the Harvesters Markets organization for your continued and unwavering support for the Middletown Senior Center. We are fortunate in that we have a wonderful senior center with a dedicated staff to serve our community. But we are also fortunate to live in a town where people care about each other and are willing to go the extra mile to help. It is widely recognized that Harvesters provided essential support following the Valley Fire and consistently contributes resources to assist our youth and other organizations in their diverse pursuits. We know that you grew up here, but more importantly, we know that you continue to be part of the Middletown community that wants all of us, including our seniors, to continue to thrive. We all better together. Middletown Town Hall.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well done. Barbara. Oh, I mean, Fletcher.
You know, I had to say my name.
Okay, so the mic is open for anybody that would like to speak.
Yeah, that would be me. Come on. All right. My name is Chanel Knudsen, and I'm here today representing the Middletown Area Merchants Association. And we are been planning our. I'm sorry, I'm going to
No,
leave
that's
Monica as my board. We've been planning a celebration of resilience, which is our 10-year Valley Fire commemoration. It will be this Saturday, September 13th. It begins at 4 o'clock. Sorry, you can't see our thing. You know, so this has been a huge collaboration. Huge collaboration between the Merchants Association, Middletown Art Center. Lisa has been my driving force. She keeps like poking me. It's been lovely. And then with Mike Wink. And then there's been just other people that have jumped in, and we've roped in Helen Owens, and Monica showed up and given support and advice. So this event was brought together just because it is our 10 year from the Valley Fire. And I know every time I mention Valley Fire, everybody kind of glazes over a little bit, or instantly goes into story sharing, because it was huge for all of us. It was a huge impact for people that lost homes, didn't lose homes, changed their lives. And so this is an opportunity to commemorate the change in our lives and how far we have come since then. So we have a lineup of guest speakers, former supervisors, current supervisors. Sheriff Bingham is going to speak. We have Brock Falkenberg, because obviously the Valley Fire had a huge impact on our students. The Art Center has been organizing a memorial wall. So any and all are welcome to bring photographs, mementos of any kind, a poem, anything that they want to share on our wall. And that will be up before the event and then available throughout the evening. This event, it's on Saturday. It's on Saturday.
Where?
It's at Middletown here in the park. So it will be. We're gonna have, you know, we have like 4-H is gonna come to our opening flag ceremony for us, and afterwards, after the ceremony commences, we are gonna have an open mic. So anybody that wants to get up and speak is available to do that. We do have some food vendors that will be open up and down Main Street. And then the Art Center is going to be opening up a new exhibit that goes along with that.
Wait, but your 3 minutes is going to be up. So.
I know. Okay.
I'm not timing tonight.
So a memorial wall, food walk, and then we have the Art Center, and then we're also doing our movie in the park that same night. This is the first time in 10 years that we've done a movie in the park in September. So, as we know, the movie in the park equipment didn't burn down during the Valley Fire because it was in a volunteer's vehicle. So, our movies in the park have continued because of that. So, I really hope to see a lot of you. I know that, I don't know if I need to give a formal invitation or if you've done it.
For what?
For the plaque dedication.
Oh,
So,
you can go ahead.
And it's kind of a little bit late, we've spoken to Monica about it, but the Helen Owen is going to be doing a plaque dedication that will be placed here in the park, and we'd like to present it to Math, because that seems the most appropriate organization to accept something like that, and the dedication is going to be for what our community lost and who we lost in our community.
And it will be hung on this building somewhere.
Yeah. Yep.
yes. So I would just quickly like to add to that. While I was not chair of math at the time, I don't know if Fletcher was or somebody else or Claude, but math did play a huge role in immediately following the Valley Fire in holding meetings, holding community meetings, in bringing the county here to figure out what those next steps were. So since we meet here and since math was a big part of that, yes, it was determined that math should be the recipient of the plaque. So yes, anybody who would like to come and be part of that, please, do we have any idea of what time about?
The ceremony starts at 4.
At
so,
4, yeah.
And I imagine the ceremony will move
Rather quickly.
fairly quickly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, any questions for me? I don't know if that works up, Mike. Sure.
Everybody was evacuated. It was back before the casino really had a game plan.
Okay, we
Yep.
need you on a mic.
Here, come
It got to be fair, right?
Back when this happened, everybody was evacuated to Calistoga, and Calistoga made a huge sacrifice. And they didn't take the best of the best; they took the worst of the worst.
They took
of our
everybody.
area. Are they invited? You made sure that their volunteers get some recognition at all, or is this
So-
just a Middletown thing?
So this is definitely just an overall celebration for Middletown. There will be recognition, but when you start naming people, we were like trying to come up with a list, and the list becomes really long.
Calistoga Fairgrounds.
So
That would be simple.
I
Calistoga
do-
people that run the fairgrounds,
I do
that
know
would be fine.
that-
if you want input.
Yeah.
So if I can just respond
please
to
do.
that just a little bit, there is a possible government to government acknowledgement that would be coming out separate from this event. So, but the Calistoga group or supervisors, and again, same thing with us. I think you can see on this list here, Jim Comstock was a supervisor during the fire, and then there was Moak, and now there's Helen. So that's a stack of 3 supervisors. In Calistoga, the same thing has happened. Supervisors have changed. So the supervisors that were on board may not necessarily be the ones that were there when we were impacted, but they were invited. There is also a separate event that is being held at about the site at the start of the fire on Cobb on Friday, tomorrow. So, and the entire community is invited to that, and Calistoga and Napa folks have been invited to that element of the.
Fairground staff.
Yes, they are
Yes,
not.
the volunteers.
They are not left out.
Not the politicians, the people, the volunteers. They did an excellent job taking care of a lot of very difficult people.
Can't agree with
It's
you
all
more.
over television and everything else. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
That's my point.
Yes, Fletcher.
Why can't, I'm sure there'd be individuals there that was not only a victim of the fire, but were evacuated to Calistoga. I know a couple myself that would be willing to recognize Calistoga's contribution.
I think at this stage of the planning, though, that I know that there will be blanket acknowledgments to that, and I know that I believe Mike Wink is our MC for the event, and I know he has a lot to say on that subject. So I know that there will be acknowledgments for it. It's just not listed here. So all of these speakers do have different things to say on that.
Yeah, I don't, if I can speak a little bit to it. So when we were talking over, listing off who should be thanked, we started listing off police, firefighters, different areas, different districts that people were coming in from, Red Cross, all of the emergency services and things. And then we just looked at it and had to really zoom out and start just, rather than having a list of thank yous that went on for 20, 30, 40 minutes. Because, really, if you include every single group that helped, it's going to go ridiculously long. We started grouping things and saying, like, thank you to our first responders, like our heart goes out. And Mike Wink really curated his list and he's going to have a great speech.
Who's we? You
I-
say we.
During
The planning
during planning
committee.
meetings.
Mass or?
No,
no,
not
no,
Matt.
No, I was
During
just there
our
helping.
planning committee
These
meetings.
are community members that got together and began putting together this event. So, and it's been mentioned several times here during the math meeting about this coming up. But it was active community members that got, it wasn't one
I think it's
organization.
great, and I think there are a number of people that should be recognized and
And they
acknowledge their
absolutely
help.
will be.
But that can be done by individuals
Yes.
rather than,
Yeah.
because I won't know, for instance, what somebody else did that was wonderful for the community. I may not even know about it. But
Exactly.
somebody will, and maybe they could talk about
That
it.
was in this process, as one of the things that I think was discovered is that we, having not really gone through that type of an emergency situation, the way that we were faced with it on that particular day and the days following, that list wasn't first priority to start collecting a list. And so that's, we didn't do a super good job with that. Whoever the we is. But I also want to interject here for just a moment because we are on 3 minutes public input and we don't normally have this back and forth
Okay, sorry.
during public input. We usually just have 3 minutes. But so that's what I'm allowing at this time. Also, I just want to go on record at saying this because I don't want to be held accountable for the next meeting of like, oh, you did it last meeting. But this meeting here is supposed to be more of a public, an open forum. And of course, this event is very important to the community. So we are running the meeting just a little bit differently tonight. Okay?
Thank you, Madam Chairman, for running an open meeting.
All right.
Because that's the way it was supposed to be anyway. Thank you.
My 3 minutes is up. Goodbye.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
So I just wanted to add that at the MAC, we're having, we have an exhibit of artwork, new artwork that's all connected to fire and specifically Valley Fire experience, but also other fire experiences, because there's been way too many here in Lake County. Also, we're having open mic curated, so people will be singing. There will be poetry. And then afterwards, there'll be a community dance with Carlos and Victor and a band called something Mo, Big Mo maybe. Anyway, so it's come, join us. This is for us. The arts have been part of the second response to this, and they kept on going for a very long time. All of the grants that we got at MAC up until COVID were all in service of fire trauma recovery. Anyway, I hope to see you there. Thank you.
Good evening, Math. Margot Kambara. This week marks the 10th anniversary of the Valley Fire, as Math very well knows. One positive outcome of the Valley Fire's devastation is an elevation of disaster preparedness and community unity. Lake Area Planning Council's Wildfire Evacuation Analysis and Preparedness memo states, quote, "The Valley Fire highlighted the need for comprehensive wildfire preparedness and resilience measures and underscored the need to evacuate immediately," end quote. Building on Lake County's fire preparedness, Lake Area Planning Council welcomes public input on its draft Wildfire Evacuation and Preparedness Plan. The plan sets standard evacuation protocols and procedures for relevant agencies. It will be used to analyze the risk assessments of existing transportation facilities to determine potential strategies or improvement needs for vulnerable areas and populations. The draft is posted on Lake Area Planning Council's website, lakeapc.org. Using the radio alphabet, the website is Lake Alpha Papa Charlie.org. On the Lake Area Planning Council's landing page, click on the icon for the draft plan. Lake Area Planning Council will host a meeting on its draft wildfire evacuation plan, and sorry, it's going on now. And it ended at 6:30 p.m., so sorry about that. And from that concludes my message. Thank you.
Um,
Thank you. I have a public announcement. I received this from Helen Owen, our supervisor. There is a world's first, what they're calling it, the world's first trasher hunt. So California Coastal Cleanup Day. It is scheduled for September 20th from 9 to 12 p.m., 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And the meeting place, I don't have more details, but I believe the meeting place is going to be right here in the park. Helen is looking for somebody to spearhead this on behalf of the Middletown area. So I have just a couple black and white flyers here. I'll set them back here on the table. And if you're interested, contact myself or Tara or Helen. And let's see if we can get the place cleaned up. Thank you.
Tara Ibarra. I just had another thought about the Valley Fire and how you could potentially thank people personally is, MAC is going to have that board for, any kind of input, memorial things, poems. You could even put thank you cards on there, potentially. You can personally thank the people that you, that really helped you.
Or do you want to return it to me tomorrow?
No, I won't.
Yeah, I just wanted to call attention, September 20th, which is a week from Saturday. It's Indian Days. It is not at the casino. It's across the street if you've driven up and down there, which is right by my house, so I see it every day. It's the dirt area. It's going to be in that area this year. And then the following Saturday is the Pear Festival in Kelseyville. So come and enjoy pears. Yeah, they've removed all the walnut trees. It's all dirt now. If you go, it looks very nice. But the whole thing's going to be in the dirt.
I have some good news that I want to share. Yesterday I got a lovely message. I applied for a grant from Parks California to do 3 murals around the lakes and to install a sculpture at our park at Trailside. And we were awarded the grant. And now you guys should know that you should still support the MAC because our program, our grants for these projects don't have anything to do with rent or like me. For example, and all the people who help make the MAC happen, except to the extent that I'm working on this project. But I do lots of other things and we do a lot of free stuff. Anyway, the sculpture that I wrote the grant for was a sculpture by Diego Harris, which over the years I've heard everybody asking for, can we get a sculpture by Diego? Can we get a sculpture by Diego? So I guess that I want you guys to know that I think that it would be great for me to bring Diego in to show a few sketches for you to have some input on. And I just want to know if you guys want to give me a thumbs up on that.
That'd be great.
So, yeah.
He did
thumbs up.
did the sculpture on the bathroom, right?
Well, that's not exactly a sculpture, but he does
mural.
those trees that have all the look like fire and stuff, and and he used to have work in the park also. So in fact, he started being an artist by putting his work in the park, like professionally. So it'd be cool to have him back. I've worked on a concept with him of 3 of his trees talking to each other through little these horns that he makes. But he can bring sketches and he can bring pictures of work that he's done that look similar so that you guys can have direct input on what it's actually going to look like. So, yeah, Thomas.
He also did the dragon and the bass statue in Crew.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
By the
And we
water.
may need to raise a little money too, but to supplement the cost. I have to look into that. But I remember writing that. Anyway, but most of the money is covered in the grant. So anyway, it's good news. Thanks.
Yes.
And I'm just going to add a little comment about the artist, Diego. He has pieces of art that are located outside of Lake County in various different locations, like out on the coast and different where he's been commissioned to do pieces. And so it's pretty grand that way that he's taking Lake County out into the world, you know, and doing some good advertising and promotion, I think, for the county, because his pieces are pretty spectacular. Thank you.
Okay, I got an announcement.
Yes.
With this Valley Fire thing, it's going to trigger a lot of people. I can only say that if you have a veteran who has PTSD and this Valley Fire anniversary comes up, there's always a meeting. You can send any veteran. I really am talking more to the wives than the husbands because usually they have to send their husband. The wives have to send them. Send them to the town hall in Lower Lake at 3 o'clock on Mondays, any Monday. Walk in, talk about their problems, whatever it takes. That being said, PTSD is a real deal. And I have some reservations about celebrating something horrible with anything other than some flowers and walking out. But that being said, if somebody has any triggers, get a hold of me and I'll try to help you in any way I can, get you somebody with the county if you're not a veteran. That's all I got.
I'm going to comment on it if I can.
Do you have some? You have
Not
some issues
from
you
the
wanna work on?
audience.
You got some PTSD or something there?
No.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to say that we're not celebrating the fire.
Not
we're
from the
celebrating
audience.
Okay.
You have to use
Yeah.
a mic.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, so I think we're done with 3 minutes, or does anybody have anything else that they want to add? Okay, then we're going to move on to the approval of the July meeting minutes and the August meeting minutes, and we do have a couple of corrections on the August meeting minutes.
Yes, so agenda and minutes, we're going to remove the postponed approval and not post it on the county site. And then moment of silence, we're going to correct Harry Krall's last name. His last name should be Krall. My apologies for the misspelling. So
Beyond those corrections, did anybody have any other comments or corrections to the meeting minutes?
Did we approve those earlier on that motion we did?
they have not been approved, the July
Not yet.
minutes.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Okay, so you got the first and the second on that? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so moved. Okay, so we'll move on to reports and correspondence. And if you don't mind, because we do have Paul Duncan here from South Lake County Fire, can we go ahead and move forward with the South Lake County Fire update?
We moved to jump the agenda.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just did
That's what we
together.
just did.
Oh.
Yeah.
You get 30 seconds.
What?
I gotta talk fast.
Yeah.
3
That's not
minutes.
me.
I don't want to talk.
Thank
Well,
you for
I-
joining us tonight.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
We did have a nice break in the weather, so I hope everybody enjoyed the coolness till we have another warm up. We did sustain a little bit of lightning over the last couple days, so we have augmented staffing responsible to several lightning fires. A couple up Big Canyon Road that we jumped on, but staff has been augmented for the next couple days because of that. So did post something on social media, and just for folks' information, we do have fires that sneak up a couple days after we have lightning go through. So we call those sleepers, or call them smokers or something else. But it's a lightning fire that may have had rain on it and just kept it damped down enough. And then when the weather warms up and the wind hits that spark, that fire will start up. So take a look around, look on the hills. If you see something, Mount Canocti got hit pretty hard. I think we had 35 strikes directly on the hill. So it was a pretty good amount up there. Washed the road out. They just got it reopened. But just take a look, and when you're looking around, just look for those smokes, because we may not notice them right away. We do have cameras that watch this area all the time, but just on that, make sure 911's called. Our staff is returning from several fires throughout the state. So Mike Wink was talked about, so he's coming back from the Salt Fire. I will take a point of personal pride with our
level of response from the South Lake County Fire District. We helped out with 2 fully staffed engines during the Picket fire. Those guys responded down in the Snell Valley and really helped out and saved a lot of turf down there when that fire took a turn. Kind of the last day it took a run out. So really proud of those guys over there for that. And as stated, we are doing support for the Valley Fire remembrance events starting tomorrow and then Saturday. So if folks have questions for me, I'm here to answer them. Except for Fletcher. No questions. No, go ahead.
Thomas, do you have that mic?
Mike,
I'll repeat it if he wants.
Oh,
Go ahead, Fletcher.
we need a mic.
we have for recording. Don't get all stressed out.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank you and the fire department. I live out on Whitney and McKinley, brother. Whitney, I don't know. McKinley, I don't know where I live. And right across the street from me, there was a fire. I mean, anytime we see fire, we have a go bag ready to go because we're so paranoid after the Valley fire. But I can say that the fire department, CAL FIRE, and all the guys just did a hell of a job. They were on that thing, and it could have been bad, and it turned out to be about 1.5 acres, 2 acres. And we were sitting on the porch watching, and we could see flames, and that's scary. That's really scary. But you guys did such a great job, and I wanted to personally thank you, Paul.
You're very welcome. Happy to be there.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. That was quite a day. We were chasing one crazy person around the county that day. So.
Yeah. If I can ask you to tell us a little bit about the equipment that is available here in the South Lake County area, and also if I can put in a plug and ask you to tell us a little bit about anything that the fire sirens might be doing on behalf of South Lake County Fire.
Oh man, the fire sirens are a huge asset to the South Lake County Fire Protection District. They give upwards of $80,000 a year that they raise out of their secondhand store directly to the firefighters. They are very adamant that their funds go to support the firefighters directly. So that's radios, rescue equipment, hard carbon dioxide monitors, chainsaws, all kinds of hand tools. So they're instrumental in our operation for sure. And every time I see them, I thank them. Without them, we would struggle for equipment, and just having that support is huge. As far as equipment, we're a full fire department, so we have engines, everything from structure engines to wildland engines to water tenders. We have a fleet of 4 ambulances and 4 separate stations. So Middletown, Hidden Valley, Cobb, and then Loch Lomond is also another station. We are unique with a snowcat. We actually have a snowcat that responds in the Cobb area during the wintertime along with a plow. So those are things that not many fire departments have. But the snow cat came about during the 70s when they had an emergency where they couldn't reach the patient. And the community got together and did a fundraiser and put a snow cat in service at the Cobb station. So pretty unique with that. I wear several hats. I'm the assistant chief for South Lake County Fire. I'm also the operations chief for the Sonoma Lake Napa unit. So responsible for all of Lake County operations, including Canocta Camp, Boggs Mountain Forest, Boggs Mountain Helitack, and then South Lake County Fire Protection District, and then all of operations within the county of Lake.
Perfect. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Zoe Francisco. I was just wondering what you do with...
Mike, please.
Zoe, hold on. Can we get a mic for you?
Zoe Bercisco. I was just wondering what you do with your old fire hoses. Is there a way that a community member can purchase any of those?
If you want old fire hoses, I can load your car, truck, a van, a 40-foot semi full of broken fire hoses. It depends on how much you want. And it usually comes in that 1.5 inch size, so it's pretty large for just around. But we have obtained a bunch of it that we have given to the Cobb Fire Safe folks, and they've made chain covers for towing that you can slide them over the top of your tow chain, so when the chains touch the ground, or if they do, they don't start a fire. So they have been very active with that, and we usually dump, I would say, a pickup load off, but probably this room full of burnt up hose that we have right now. So if you want some, hit me up, because it's going to go in the trash in the dumpster, because we don't recouple the wildland hose.
I got a quick alibi. They're really great for hinges. If you got like an old door you want to hold on or something like that, out in your garden, like greenhouses, anything. They're really great stuff.
It's going to go in the trash, so.
All right, I will look you up.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you. I don't know if anybody else has questions, but I have one other thing. As you may have seen on our agenda, also in this area, the Gwinnett Valley project is on our agenda here. And can you speak a little bit to the future anticipation of what might be coming down the line?
Right. Well, as far as that goes, I am very excited about that. Not only for the money and the funds that it brings to the South Lake County area and jobs. We are projected to get a fire station. So that would be Station 6-1 out in the Gwinnett Valley. And that will be a fully staffed station with paramedics. And that just adds to the fleet that we have and the capability we have for paramedics. We always run out of ambulances within the county, and having another county resource out there like that is huge. It also covers that kind of Snell Valley North, Butts Canyon South area, where we have a lot of really bad accidents, which we just had a couple days ago. So happy to have that.
Yeah, fantastic. Any questions from?
Go ahead.
Okay.
That fire that you were talking about chasing that guy around, did you catch him?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
He caught himself against a tree, but. So the question had to do with the pursuit, fire, carjacking, and assault that occurred probably 3 weeks ago, and the gentleman was apprehended in Sonoma County.
Fire just a diversion for him? Is that what?
Mental illness is a bad thing, so I'm unsure what the reason for all that shenanigans was, but I suspect it was mental illness issues.
I just would like to have your contact information.
Sure, I'll get it to you, Joey.
Thank you.
Sure. All right, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so next up on the agenda. Yes, I did. So next up on the agenda is the Gwinnett Valley project update. Does anybody have any comments about that? Basically, the project has gone through the second reading with the Board of Supervisors, and so that project is approved and should be moving forward to the next steps. Anyone have comments, questions?
Just a question on procedure. And put your planning department hat on for a second. What do they have to do now? Get a subdivision plan, or what do they have to do in their next stage?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what they have phase one of the project, and they have, of course, multiple things going on within phase one. So I'm not sure what they're going to focus on first. But yes, what was approved was more the general plan, so to speak, the general project. And so now they'll have to come forward with specific plans of development.
Specific plan of development.
Yeah, the
And
subdivision map.
Then you guys would have to have a manufacturer use permit for that, wouldn't you?
Use permit. I don't know about manufacturing
Well,
a use
you
permit.
have to
It would
write the
basically be approving the
conditions.
project. Yes,
Conditions
right.
of-
There would be conditions of approval, and
Yeah.
and moving forward so that they can then move forward with building permits and things of that sort.
What do you anticipate for those two functions, time-wise?
I have no idea.
Oh.
I've not been, that's completely within the
It doesn't, you
community
wouldn't know until it
development
comes to you,
department.
I guess.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Monica, is that assumed that they have no requests for new permits in right now for you guys to review?
Take it a permit until you get a specific plan.
Where, Well, they just got the plan approved. So now you have all the sub-plans that go in
Correct.
in the different
I
phases.
can check with the
and
community development department, but no, nothing has come forward to
I
the
didn't
planning,
think,
or
yeah,
we've
they
not
haven't
been
done anything
alerted.
yet to go forward.
We've not been alerted to anything at this point in time. And again, the second reading for the project approval was just completed September 9th. So, so this is all rather new, and I don't think we moved that quickly. So. Okay, so the next item on the agenda is a Caltrans revision to plans that we can remove from the agenda for right now. We'll put that on a future agenda as those revisions have not come forward yet. But Caltrans was in touch with us as a math board, letting us know that some revisions from the meeting that they held here in this room are coming forward, just haven't been received yet. So we're ready to move on to community discussion. And the one item listed under community discussion, and this is just a completely open forum now, we can talk about anything that we want to, but one of the items that was put on the agenda was the Housing Action Impact Plan. That was just presented to the Planning Commission today, and it was presented to the Board of Supervisors a few weeks back. That is, it's like a 500-page document. So, oh, perfect. You counted the pages. No. But it's a pretty complete document. It is missing a few things that I think the Board of Supervisors asked them to include in that document, like definitions for various different things within the document. But it's kind of lays out a very good plan, a strategic plan for housing in Lake County as a whole. And again, it's kind of a plan, a blueprint moving forward, and will work in conjunction with the general plan and the area plans that are being developed or being revised. So they will be happy to come, because I see, is Kate Schmidhopper here? No, because Kate is the one who had asked to actually have this put on the agenda and wanted to talk a little bit more about it. So I was hoping she was here and would, actually speak to the specifics of her interest in this plan. But we also can have the Lisa from the planning department come and do a presentation on the housing development plan and answer any questions that we may have and how it pertains to the Middletown area. So if that is something that this body would like to do, we can invite her to join us either in October or November. She is going around to several of the municipal area council meetings and doing that presentation for those individual communities.
Can you elaborate a little more on housing action impact? What the hell does that mean?
Yeah, right. It's just a name, so we can call it the HAP. No, I can't really. Lisa can. But the plan itself is pretty. It goes through and talks about the needs of housing, different types of housing. Throughout the county, we have goals to meet that are set by the state, actually, for housing development. So anyway, it's 432 pages, as you said.
It's something like that. Let me ask you another question. We continually talk about needing, and the state mandates, a certain number of what they call affordable housing units. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I, as a former builder of houses, I don't know how you can build an affordable house on a 6,000 square foot lot, pay $35,000 for permits and fees, put in solar panels and fire sprinkler system. Does anyone have any idea in planning how are you going to do that?
Well, as part of this plan and continuing, and this is a living document, so it can be changed and updated, of course. And, because what needs may be today may not meet the needs tomorrow. But to that point, they have met with developers to find out what developers need. They are trying to work on a streamlining process. They are trying to look at various different things that we can do to incentivize development, and what we need to do with house sizes, with density. So, and where we can increase density in our various different communities, and that's where the area plans come into play as well. So, and what is that dollar match, as far as when, to entice a developer to come here and do a development that can actually be profitable and beneficial to the community and serve. Qualify for, they're looking at VA housing, at senior housing, yes, housing for our youth, so that, whereas mom and dads want to, move on. So, our youth need to be able to afford a place to live. So they are looking workforce housing. They're looking at various different housing needs in the communities, and so in what we need to do for zoning and lot size, densities.
I hate to hog the mic,
Incentives.
but I have one more question for the planning commissioner. Put your hat on. We have in Middletown quite a few lots that are not being built on and haven't been built on and hasn't changed for 25 years that I know of. They were designed for mobile homes. And is it possible for planning to take a small lot, 60 or 80 foot wide lot, and break it into two and put small housing on two on one lot? Is that something that we could think about doing to make some affordable housing?
Governor Newsom already said you could do it, so.
What?
Governor Newsom said you could do that years ago because we didn't have enough housing, but it's just a matter of.
It doesn't matter what Newsom, it's going to depend on planning.
Yeah.
The county won't let you.
Yeah. Well,
Say again?
The county is throwing roadblocks up.
Well, that's I understand.
But we're trying to work through the roadblocks with the, again, with this housing action impact plan. That's what it's about, is really exploring it in detail and looking at where we need to change those policies and make changes or find incentive programs that can work. Or even, for instance, at the Planning Commission meeting today, we talked about, we have some small lots that actually perhaps for a housing development need to be bigger lots. So, is there an incentive for merging lots? So that a larger housing development can go in, because of course, as you know from your experience, it's hard to put a housing development on a 6,000 square foot lot.
The problem is here in Middletown, and that's what I'm concerned about. I don't care about Lakeport, but I do care about Middletown. We have lots with mobile homes on both sides. Nobody is going to come and build a stick-built house with two mobile homes next to them. It won't work. It won't appraise.
I'm going to applaud Mr. Pashon.
Yeah.
In years past. I mean, that's what he was doing. He was working one lot at a time, buying up those old dilapidated homes, mobile homes, and building walkable community housing, sustainable housing, single housing units. Yeah. So, there was I don't know how many houses he built in the area. I think 3 or 4. So, yeah.
well, I've got an alibi to that one, and that's simple. Okay. I live in a mobile home, and the mobile home down the street from me just went for $650,000. Sounds more like you're talking like you're a developer rather than a citizen of Middletown, because I care about the people here, not the ones who are going to come in and build those kind of homes. Okay. That's what math is. It's a civic thing for us. I mean, I have a real problem with this being a business organization rather than helping who we have. And Monica has said that we need homes for young people. My kid made great money, but he couldn't afford to live in Middletown. I mean,
Well,
that's what we're
I'm not talking about a lot that would probably, is those double wides. But see, these lots downtown are not big enough for double wides.
Right.
Okay.
And
So we do have, Margot has been standing here waiting. Can we, we can continue the conversation, but Margot?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Margot Kambara. Today at the Planning Commission, there was a presentation, another presentation on HAPE, not very catchy, also on economic development. What it brought to mind was how this community was very concerned about workforce housing. That's in the HAPE. And how that evolves really depends on your input. And so we really don't, 400 odd pages. I didn't have time to go through the entire document. I stopped at 200 odd. I intend to go through it, and I intend to read what it says about workforce housing, because where I live, farm worker housing is a big priority in the Big Valley area. So I want to understand what is the difference between workforce housing, farm worker housing, affordable housing. And so what does that mean for our communities? The other thing is very interesting at today's meeting at the Planning Commission, the HAPE team, Lisa Judd, explained what the priorities are. And they do want to use infill. That means building where there's already infrastructure, building where there's commercial space that's being underutilized. That is great for resources and conserving our green space, which most of us love. We love the rural character of Lake County. That's what brought us here. But to preserve that, we have to be smart about development. So building where there's already infrastructure helps. So what does that mean for us? That means as a community, we should pay attention to plans like HAPE and offer input. One way to do that is through this body. This body, should you choose, could establish a committee, a standing committee to work on the HAPE for the Middletown area. To take a look and make sure that it's following your wishes in terms of the general plan and the local area plan for Middletown area. I'm hoping that the same can be done for other parts of the county too. When we take a look at where do we want housing to be, and that's going to have a huge impact on our schools, on traffic, safety, fire too, evacuations, and make sure that we're all taken care of. And all these came to the fore when the Gwinnett project came up for approval. So it's still fresh in our minds. So right now we're working on general plan updates, and then that is supposed to be a living document, and it's supposed to see us through the next 20, 25 years. So let's strike while the iron is hot and make sure that we get the Lake County that we want for our children and grandchildren. Thank you.
can I ask you a question?
Thank you, Margot.
You talk about infill.
Okay, we need a mic over there. Sorry, you got, oh, I'm sorry.
Don't give it back to her. Don't ever give it back. I can tell you where to put that if you want me to. No, I can tell you where to. We talked about infill, and you talked about infill. We went through the same agony 15 years ago when we did the general plan. We don't need any new lots. We're going to infill. We don't need this. We got infill. We got to infill all these lots. We spent days, weeks, months talking about that. You know how many infills there's been? 0.
Because
Because you can't infill with a regular house on one of these small lots and sell it for enough money to make it work for anybody, not for the buyer or the seller. So my idea is to cut that lot in half, make 2 out of it, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we can do
well,
that.
I think that should be looked at.
I think that can be looked at, and I think you've made your point, Fletcher. Let's.
Well, are you cutting me off? I thought this was an
Well,
open forum.
Yeah,
Don't
but
tell
we
me to
can-
shut up.
Other people.
But Fletcher, we need to let other
as
people
well.
talk
I'm raising
too.
my hand.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
sort of, you did, yeah.
Tom, you can have the mic
I
back.
did ask her a question.
Hi, Tom.
Thank you.
Yeah, Tom Lasik. Yeah, I didn't attend the planning commission meeting, so sorry.
Oh, that's
but I
okay.
did attend the board of supervisors meeting where HAPE was discussed twice. I do encourage you people to take a look at the full document because it sounds like there's some assumptions being made about what the document's about and what it's not about. Affordable housing is more than just a house. It's apartments, it's accessory dwelling units. It's a fairly comprehensive, and that's why it's so big. It covers a full spectrum of housing, and not just affordable housing, housing in all its forms. So before we all get worked up about it, yes, it's a big document. I would encourage you to take a look at it and provide input, because they are coming back, I believe, in October to give another version to the county. And one of the things that the Board of Supervisors did ask was to additional focus on fire and fire safety and fire evacuation and things like that, including roads. So there's a variety of things that are in that document, infills in there, and there's the mobile homes, there's accessory dwelling units, there's medium and higher density housing, there's single family homes, there's affordable homes. It's the full spectrum. So it's an interesting document. It's not perfect. It is a living document. They're looking for input. I suggest you take a look at it and provide constructive input. And as Margot mentioned, make it in the vision that you have for your community.
Yep. Here,
I've got a small alibi on that one, and just read pages 11 through 14. If it doesn't draw you in, then you probably don't care. Those are the most important pages I saw when I was reading through it. It talks about us here at Math and what it means to us here in Middletown. And you draw from that, then you can just thumb through the parts that you feel like you need to know. Okay? That's what it is. And Marge and Tom are great resources also. Okay, that's all I got.
How do you get to the document?
Hank Lesher. I'm along with Bill and Monica are on the Middletown area plan, and it is our intention to bring to the math meeting a draft of the plan that we're working on, that we're working with after we meet with Maria, our planning director. So we'd like to bring that to you and get all of your input on it and try and explain it to you as best as we can.
But I agree with your point, Fletcher. With all the expenses and everything that go into it, it's a matter of how you define affordable housing. And having been involved with the real estate world for 50 years, from the peninsula to Lake County, both residential and commercial, that by itself is a changing definition that changes everywhere you go. And I agree. When it come time to do my house up here, I wasn't building new. I was just redoing it. And it was $35,000 before I could even call the contractor to tell him to come in. And it is expensive. So the real question I think you asked is, first of all, what is affordable housing? And then how do we go about meeting that need? And I agree. And they do, what are the compact dwelling units and stuff like that? They're probably a good part, or should be a good part of a lot of the plan, but I think we got to see how the plan is progressing and what the input is for all the different areas as well. So I agree with you on that.
So, I'm sorry, we have someone here that would like to speak who hasn't had an opportunity to speak yet.
My name is.
Not on?
My name is Linnea, and I would like to have more information brought to this group about the housing. And in particular, I would like us to look at housing for senior citizens. And when you age, when you're younger, you don't think about this, but we need houses for seniors that have wheelchair ramps and good location, because maybe they can't drive, so they should be located close to the market. So I want to advocate for seniors in particular, but I would be very interested to see, is that the new housing all employee housing, or is it going to be shared within the community? Those are important questions, I think.
Thank you. So there was a suggestion to go ahead and have Lisa Judd come to the math meeting and make a presentation. Is there an overall consensus for, can we do that?
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
Tom Lasik again. I just want to segue off what the lady mentioned about affordable housings for seniors. It's not related to HAPE, but around the same time, a draft ordinance was presented to the Board of Supervisors regarding mobile home parks and ordinances to protect seniors and others that in some parks are being preyed upon by developers that are raising the rates at accelerated rates and other types of unsavory actions. So if you are concerned about something like that, there's a subcommittee that's been developed to look into that, and I would suggest getting with either Supervisor Owen or perhaps maybe Chair Rosenthal to get more information about that ordinance and how you can contribute information into that situation that is related to housing and is specific to mobile homes, and a very high percentage of residents in mobile homes are seniors on fixed income. So it's a very serious topic in our county because we have so many people that are on fixed income, they're on assisted living expenses, they only have their VA benefit or their Social Security. So, and many of them are living in the parks, they're being evicted, they don't have time to get their belongings. It's turning into a pretty terrible situation. So please take a look at that. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other topic? I know housing is very, very important, but is there any other topic that we want to discuss as a community? Or we can keep talking about housing, but I just want to make sure that while we're having a community discussion that we discuss interest of the entire community.
Margot Kambara, another suggestion. Eastern Region Town Hall, Earth, they met September 4th, and they established a standing committee for land use that math may also be interested in adopting. And this land use committee takes a look at proposed new projects in the area and takes a look at it in terms of, is it suitable for the area and whether it meets certain requirements such as the California Environmental Quality Act, et cetera, et cetera. Is its proposed use for water, does that look reasonable? So these are things that you may be interested in, because as the general plan is being updated, as the local area plan is being updated, there are going to be many requests that will be going through to either rezone, change the community growth boundaries, and community development is encouraging property owners to submit these changes so they can be adopted at the same time the general plan is being updated. So this would be a good opportunity for the community to take a closer look at these proposed changes. Thank you.
Thank you. So, other comments? Laurel?
I just wanted to ask Margot, it was the land use committee, but then who do we if we do want to be involved with that, who do we contact?
So what Margot was suggesting is that we form that we could look at forming a subcommittee, which we have done before. We've had an ad hoc committee to review, a particular project, or when we commented initially on the Gwinoc project. So that's kind of what that is. So, but Margot is letting us know that Earth has a standing committee for reviewing land use projects. And that is definitely something that we could do if we're interested in. So, other comments? And I know it's hard to have a community forum with the... Hank, you have something else you want to say about it?
Well, I've been pondering the thought that we keep talking about affordable housing, but I think one of the things that we're talking about is more specifically is low-income housing, and the only way that that works is by developers applying for grants to get that done. I know that's what the tribe did for the apartments. They had to apply for grants in order to get housing that could actually be afforded by a low-income person, and so that's just a challenge. We'd have to find a developer who wants to do that, like they did in Clear Lake for some of the apartments over in Clear Lake. You can rent a nice studio apartment over in Clear Lake for $900 because the developer went and got a grant and was able to keep the costs down on for his building.
Paul Duncan, I'll just encourage the Board of Supervisors to continue with the process. They were developing a set of plans for different size lots, different size homes that were a footprint. Just a basic set of plans, all done, permitted, ready to go, that would cut down on a lot of developer process and plans for that are all pre-approved and ready to go based on lot size. So Fletcher's lot that was small, that couldn't accommodate a normal size house, maybe something in that would be accomplished. But to have a set of plans, you could go pick that up. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's a difference between low-income housing and affordable housing and senior housing. Senior housing has all kinds of things that has to be done to make it a senior housing. No thresholds, no hot water restrictors, so you can't scald each other, and all kinds of things. But of course, that costs money. Our project out there has senior houses and low-income housing, or affordable housing, we call it. Now, how affordable? Who the hell knows? By the time we get ready to build, prices go up 30% a year. We talked about this 15 years ago, and everybody said, well, we don't want to build houses, we don't want to build houses. We're going to have too many houses, we're going to have too many. You know how many we built? None. Zero. So be careful about committees that are going to try to dictate to people, professional builders like Hank, on how to build houses. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Their hearts are in the right place, but their hearts don't pay the bills. So I just want to caution about committees. I don't want to give it up.
I know. But that's why we need everybody at the table, so that when we have this discussion, we have real life input about what is needed. That was one of the points that was brought up today too, that while this document may have definitions of what is affordable housing, that definition may change slightly for each and every community. So that's something that this community needs to come together and decide on what we need here for the community it serves.
Helen, before she became supervisor, she was real active on where things were going to be built out in the Hidden Valley area by Coyote Valley. There's always been this thing that pops up and down over extending that road for fire safety and the school and all that. Is that project, what's holding it up? Is it just that one single piece of road? And when are those houses going to be built?
You talking Valley Oaks?
I'm talking about out there towards Hidden Valley, where Coyote Road is. Okay, and I know you're involved with it because she
So
told
you're
me.
talking about Valley Oaks.
So it is.
Yeah, Valley
Valley
Oaks.
Oaks,
I have
yeah.
nothing to do with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We donated a lot to provide for access from Coyote Valley Road to our project so they could have egress from Valley Oaks. So we gave up a lot, moved a couple others, and are working with Helen to get that done. But it takes time.
Okay, so they are going to build houses?
Um,
They are going to build houses sooner or later?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, good.
But how affordable will those houses be?
It depends when we build them. They've gone up about 15% since we've had trouble with the county getting permits. Every 6 months it costs you another $5,000 for a house. Every 6 months.
Okay, other topics in this discussion, or we want to close down the house on housing? I just, before we run out of time, I just want to check with the community and find out if there's any other topics we would like to discuss.
Madam Chairman, it was great having an open forum. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Mr. Thornton says it's great having an open forum.
Why not?
Okay, so then for, well, I guess before, because we can continue on for another 3 or 4 minutes on, Laurel, you have a comment? You can come up to the mic.
I may look silly, but I need clarification about this treasure hunt because it says it's cleaning up on the coast. And so are we going to meet and then drive to the coast?
No, it's this is considered the northern coastal area. So for the, that's all. No, it's here. We're cleaning up our own hometown. We're just Northern California. So, and yes, there will be some more details. So, okay, so for the next agenda, we have the climate adaptation presentation by CDD. I don't need 2 mics.
You want to decipher that for us? What does that mean?
I don't know. It's basically all the reports that we need to do, in order to align all of our our dots and cross our T's and our I's and stuff. So we have to review climate adaptation as we move into with the revision of the general plan and the area plans. That's just an aspect of the project that we have to take a look at. So for environmental reasons as we move forward. So we have that presentation from CDD. Director Turner would like to come in and do a presentation and again, answer any questions for the community. So, and then we also have the Housing Action Impact Plan presentation by Lisa Judd, if we're all in agreement with that. And then I also want to point out that nominations for the math board open next month. So October, November, December, we'll be taking nominations for 3 seats, right?
Yeah. Question?
I think that's accurate.
Questions for you?
3 seats?
It's going to be because I took over from Lisa, so this seat
The
is up again.
nominations, are you
And
going
then
to
yours.
hold to
And
the
yours.
bylaws, October,
Yeah.
November, December, nominations close in December, and election in the January, is that right? How many seats are available? Did you say 3?
3.
Oh,
Yeah, because I took over Lisa's
okay.
partway through, so.
I'm just curious. I just don't want to get into another bylaws election thing.
Aren't you putting the Caltrans thing on for next meeting too? The one that.
Yeah, but the Caltrans is just a revision for review. That's going to be correspondence under correspondence.
They have a
It's
lot
not
of
a
things to
presentation.
revise. Are they going to be ready by next next month?
It's not a presentation. It's something that they were just going to be forwarding to us for review and comment. So,
Really? Okay.
yeah. So now that could change. I'm not sure, but at this point in time, the Caltrans representative had contacted me and told me that they had some revisions they wanted to share, and he asked when our next meeting was, and he was hoping to get those revisions here prior to the meeting so I could share them with the math.
So they're documents
community.
or plans or?
I have no idea till I
what
see
are they
them,
sharing
Bill.
with us?
He just called them revisions. So, taking in some of the comments from the presentation that they had here in this room.
Can we make it such that it is a formal presentation?
Well, I can't tell them. Yeah, I can't tell them to be here. I mean, I can
Well-
ask them, yes, but
Yeah. Yeah.
if it warrants that, then yes. So, but we might want to see the revisions first and then go from there. I don't know.
It seems to me that we would want to invite a little discussion about how we feel about the revisions after you read them to us. Put that on the agenda. Is that okay? Is that what we were asking?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, just add a little
To get
time.
ideas about it.
Like, do they reflect the revisions we really wanted? So can we put that on the agenda as well, squeeze it in? A little extra time for open discussion on the revisions?
Yes.
Okay.
Any item on the correspondence can be discussed. So the community can comment on any item that is on the agenda. Okay. Thank you.
I make a motion to adjourn.
It was already made. We just need a second.
I'll second it.
Thank you. All in favor?
He wasn't on mic, so.
No discussion.
Oh, you're right. Thank you. Thank you all for coming. So all in
Thank you.
favor of adjourning?
Aye.
Perfect. Thank you.